Hello and welcome back to another video. Today we're doing something pretty fun. I'm going to be repairing a crap ton of lights. I don't know how much I'm going to cover in this video. I might actually just focus on the MH6s because those are pretty fun. So I'm going to be showing you kind of the process that I go through for getting an inventory of the parts that I need to fix these lights. I have specifically two MH6 lights here from Martin Lighting that I'm going to be repairing, and I need to essentially just diagnose them, figure out what all is wrong with them and what's needed to fix them. So I'll be going through kind of just a checklist that I have in my head on kind of the features that the light has and what features should be working, what features aren't working, and how I can get those features back and working. I think it'll be pretty fun. I hope it's pretty informational as well. So without further ado, let's get started. I'm going to go grab the first light. So this is the first fixture that we are going to be taking a look at. I'm going to plug it in and we will see what happens. So I'm pretty confident I don't even need to connect this to a DMX console because I'm pretty confident that I know the issue with this guy. And if you're a viewer at home and you're curious, you may be able to notice the issue with this thing. It's not moving. So typically moving lights will go through a kind of just like a standard boot up process where it like calibrates the motors, moves them around, and that kind of thing. This thing obviously is not moving, so we got to figure out why it's not moving. First thing I've noticed is that it is not tilting or panning either direction. So that could mean a few things. Could mean the motors are dead for the pan and tilt. Could mean that the driver's dead for the motors. I don't know. If I remember correctly, this thing does have working zoom, so the lens can zoom in and out, which means it's probably not like a driver board. I'm not saying it's not, but I'm just saying it's probably not. So that's that. So let's tear this thing apart and go from there. So I'm going to start with tearing apart the head because I think that's probably where the belts are. And that'll tell me if we have a broken belt. I actually have another MH6 over there that does have a broken belt for sure. So we're going to be taking a look at that one hopefully later in this video, assuming I don't talk for too long. And we will figure out what belt I need to order, how I'm going to replace that. It's pretty complicated to replace belts in these lights just because they are so fitted. So you have to figure out the exact process of taking it out and putting it in correctly. So you don't damage the new component that you put into it once you get that part. So let me take the covers off of this thing, and we should be able to immediately see the tilt motors. I don't know which side it's on, but also one thing I've started doing when I'm repairing lights is I'm starting to put screws inside of them, so inside of the case. That way I know what it goes with, so I set that aside so I can come back to it. But you'll see here that there's no motors on this side, it's just purely wires. But on this side, you can actually kind of see in here, this is where the motor is for the tilting. So as I move this down, the gears in the belts actually work together to tilt the fixture down. That would be the motor that I need to replace there, assuming it's a motor thing, which I still at this point do not know if it is a motor thing or not. I'm hoping to figure that out here soon. I will say it does kind of seem like it's a motor thing in the sense that the fixture is making a loud sound when the motor should be running. So it almost sounds like the motor is faulty because it is making some kind of screaming sound coming from it. That could be part of the reason that it's not moving. Okay, so we got the other cover off, and what this is telling us now is a few things. So first of all, this fixture does seem pretty easy to replace the motors on. They seem to be pretty accessible. I'm guessing this head unit comes off if needed, and we could probably get down to the motors within a couple steps. I bet this frame just comes off alongside the wires and stuff, so you can probably get in there pretty simply. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to actually take this cover off right here, however we do that, just so I can get in here and figure out exactly what's needed. So it almost seems like these things snap off. Funny enough, my note here on the light says no motor control, so I guess that's kind of a little helpful now. But I'm gonna lean this thing down. I don't think you're supposed to do that on these, but honestly it probably doesn't matter. So I'm thinking now, oh my gosh, there's a big spider on this thing. Part of the issue with these lights is they were stored on the floor, so of course there's going to be bugs and stuff on them, which is totally not partially why I've waited so long to repair these things. Anyways, let's get back to the repair. Alright, so a little bit of an update here. We figured out that one light over there did not have working motors, so going to power this thing on. This is another MH6 unit that we have, and hopefully this will tell us some more information here. So this one is missing its tilt motor, which means I probably have taken this tilt motor and used it somewhere else, which is okay. But it's also not panning right now, so it's also concerning. It makes it seem like these motors just went bad or something. So honestly, I might just leave it here with these units, because if it's a motor issue, there's nothing I can do about it, and I can't easily take this motor out to try it in the other unit. So I think I'll be done with these, and I'm going to order some new motors from Martin's website. I don't know if they sell parts. I'm sure I can find parts from them. So let's actually take a look here. So you can go, they have a part request form where you can inquire about getting some additional parts. So not ideal, but that works. So I'm gonna have to probably just take some pictures of this unit and figure out what the next steps are in terms of repairing it. So I'm gonna leave it here with these lights. We'll come back once I can get some parts. Hopefully that can be soon.